Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Akula and we're in for another chapter, another quest for Apex Legends Season 5. This is Chapter 8, Air Support. Boom, let's just drop straight into it. Now when you drop onto the air support, you get an option between staying on top and shooting the prowlers from the top using the charge rifle that they give you, or you can jump straight into it using the Spitfire and just go full John Rambo on it. After the sniper mode that we just finished, I decided that I was really well qualified. I gave it a shot. As you can see, terrible. Biased opinion, the charge rifle is pretty much the worst rifle in the whole game. I know so many people are gonna hate me for it, but that's just my opinion, especially when you play against real players. I wish I had either the sentinel or the longbow. I mean, that way I could have done the mission. In my opinion, this was a very weird one because they do give you the option, but as you can see quite shortly that you actually get forced by the circle to jump off the ship and then just to go Rambo. So unless you just love the whole sniping element, in my opinion, just jump straight in and you can get it done and over with so much quicker than I have. Plus you actually get a lot of time. As you can see, I think it's about 8 or 9 minutes. At this point I still have almost a full 7 minutes left. It's very simple. Just jump down and make your way through until the checkpoint. That's where the drilling device is going to be located, and that's as per all the other missions, you have to drop it in there. Now, to give you a heads up, as we have been getting very mixed levels between one-hit wonder prowlers and full prowlers, really depending on the mission. There is really no specific pattern on the difficulty level going up or down. It feels like it's all over the place. And at this point, you will be fighting the full prowlers pretty much the whole time. So to give you a heads up that you do need to kind of shoot them down as much as possible. With this in mind, just stick with the Spitfire unless you have a different preference of a gun and you pick it up on later. I personally did not, because for the simple reason that the Spitfire has a very big magazine. So even though I do try to reload as soon as possible because I always expect the worst, which really doesn't come as per all the other missions, it still gives you a whole 55 bullets, and I mean that gives you at least 5 prowlers to take out. Very simple, very easy. Now at this stage I always take the high ground. I think at this part of the map, even when you're playing against the real players, the high ground in the cave is really awesome, works really well, but I mean it just gives you most of visibility. As you can see, you definitely need to jump down and place the drilling device as soon as possible. Now you will have prowlers pretty much running at you at this stage from all sides during the whole time. Plus, as you can see, the circle does close down on you, so please don't ignore it. You will have prowlers coming from the back of the circle. They will be kind of injured with their life either to a minimum or halfway dead because they were in the circle, but that does not mean that you are safe standing your back to it. So that's a little hint if you do struggle with this level. Now at this point you can see it's not a very difficult level as with most of the other ones, and personally my biggest advice is just take it slowly, aim down, try to hit for the head so you do use less ammo and just take out the prowlers quicker. You will get damaged every now and then, don't stress about it too much because at the end of the day you do have a golden shield, and when you do get one breathing moment, I definitely recommend you to take the big canister and load up just to make sure your shield is back to full, because at the end you do get quite a few prowlers at the same time. Not too many, so don't panic, but it's, you know, it's good to have that extra shield. Plus, if you did go for lifeline the same way as I did with this mission as well as the previous missions, your tactical does heal you. So as you can see, I did drop it. You can definitely drop it earlier, but at the beginning of the level I didn't even have the need for it. Now once you pick up the drilling device and the artifact, you're pretty much good to go for the evacuation ship, straight as literally with all the other levels. The only difference is this one's a little bit further away, mostly because of the zip line, but just run towards the zip line, shoot down some prowlers on your way. I actually recommend the zip line time, a good time to load up just in case. A good note is that the prowlers at this stage are just one-hit wonders, so it's very easy to take them out, but as you did see for a second, there were quite a few of them. So don't panic, just shoot them down and then quickly run so you make it in time and finish the mission. Now as per all the other rewards, you do get another charm for your gun. This time it's a bluish purplish color, and that's about it. Now as with the previous videos, I'm gonna leave you to the text. But just a quick intro, this one's mostly about Gibraltar and Caustic, and we actually finally find out who the Mo is and what the motives are. So, without annoying you anymore, enjoy the interaction. Whoa, so what do you guys think? Caustic, did you ever think he was the Mo in the very beginning? I mean, he is one of those evil legends. I mean, it was really easy to point the fingers at him at the very beginning, so I felt it was too easy, but I feel like we just got bamboozled by Respawn twice. First, feeling he's the bad guy, then feeling he no way he can be the bad guy because obviously it's so easy to think he's the bad guy. But now at the same time, I feel like he's the bad guy again. Obviously, Caustic has his own motivations. He loves science, so he does protect Watson at all costs, especially since he does consider her super, super smart. I think that's the main one. Does that justify being the Mo and working with Revenant? Personally, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this whole story development. I feel like they could have had a really good twist and something really shocking, but at this point, I'm quite neutral. I'm just gonna wait to see what the last mission as well as the last piece of dialogue is, just to see how it all wraps up. Now, in terms of the artifact, as you can see, we got another piece for the skull. It looks like another sim, just like Revenant, but more human-like. Just the way it looks at this point, I feel like the last piece will literally be the skin of the sim. So it would really be cool and potentially a good twist and maybe a save by Respawn if the skin is actually one of the champions. Who knows? Maybe it's even Loba herself, or I don't know, maybe it could be even one of her parents, or it could be the original skin of Revenant as we saw from the trailer from one of the previous seasons. At this point, I don't know where it's gonna go, but yeah, we're pretty much there, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of the Mo? What do you think of Caustic? How do you think the story developed? Do you think it could have been a little bit more interesting, or do you think so far it's been as a pretty good job? Now, before we finish, do smash that like button, do subscribe, do hit that notification button, and that way you'll 100% be up to date with the last episode or the last two episodes. Let's see how this goes. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it's helpful or very fun to watch. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And goodbye.